drift mode.
Smells so bad out there, dude. That was oh snap.
Do you think they're for us? What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In case you've missed it, I bought myself a 2017 Ford Focus RS. It was completely smashed in. That side railing was smashed up. In the last video, I fixed that. But before that, I took the engine out. And the reason why is because this thing was also smashed in. I put a new bracket in, and then I put this one on top. There was a hole in this transmission over here, and a few other things were messed up. This blow-off valve was messed up, so I put an aftermarket one on. Intake, plastic covers and whatnot, so everything was messed up. I fixed it, and now today's the day that I put it back in, and hopefully we get to start it. So let's just get started. Alright, so to get this thing started, I put these drive shafts back in there. I'm about to put this one back in as well. And I took apart the steering kind of, so it's slanted this way. That way, when I put the engine back in, I don't have to mess with the drive shafts anymore. It's just all the way back in, and it's gonna be good. So let's put this drive shaft in. Yeah, I need to hit it with a hammer or something. Shucks. Oh, never mind. I got it in. Okay. I gotta do this side. I want to make sure not to hit those two pipes. Oh, is it in the way?
Yes.
Oh.
Come on.
Nice. Shucks, dude, the engine is put back in. Everything looks perfect. Everything aligns just right. So I know that the arms moved exactly where they're supposed to move. I think I'm gonna do the wiring next.
Isn't it all here?
No, dude, it's a whole big old rat's nest over there.
Ooh.
It's a lot of stuff. All right, this wiring is taking kind of a long time, so I'm gonna just put it on a time lapse and then assemble it all together. Alright guys, so I finished up the wiring, but I did just a little bit more. I put in the whole entire front end, the filters, all the mod tune stuff and whatnot. But now it's time for fluids. Oh, and also I put in this intercooler as well. So all the hardware and all the stuff is in except for fluids. So I'm going to start off with the oil, then I'll move to transmission and transfer case, and then the coolant. So we'll start with this oil. Trying to make this thing super OEM. All for it. So let's grab some oil. Fill it in. Ooh, a little leak. Yeah, we're good. Alright, so for the transmission, there's actually a screw on this side. If you can get way inside there. Let me pull up a light real quick. Alright, so that bolt is way back there somewhere. Right there, that's the guy. So, unscrew that, and then put the transmission fluid in there until it's fully on top. And then for the PTU, it's actually on this side. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, it's behind there, right there. All right, so those two are hidden in between, so I'm not gonna record me doing that. But basically grab yourself, I'm gonna grab myself one of these here, pump it out, pump it in there, and that's that. All right, so all these are now in. So let's move on to the coolant. For the coolant here, I have this nice Venturi effect little thing. Bought this on ECS Tuning. Cooling system, evacuation system by Schwaben. A pretty good tool, and I'm just gonna go ahead and use it. What you do is you pump air through here, you open it up, it gets you at a negative pressure. All the pipes kind of squeeze in. As soon as it's squeezed in, you close everything off, and you can test the system to see if there's any kind of leaks. After that, you grab yourself a bucket, put your fluid in there. This is not diluted, so I got myself some distilled water. I'm gonna put that in there, put this in there, open it up, and it'll fill the system. So let's get some air and fill this up. Alright guys, so it's at negative 25 right now if you look at this dial over here. So what I'm going to do is just close this off. You can then take this off. Make sure those both are closed. And now it's holding a vacuum in the system at negative 25. I'm going to give this a couple of minutes and I'll catch you guys back. Alright, so it's been sitting for a couple of minutes. It's still at negative 25. So I'm going to get this fluid here and I'm going to mix it. Alright, so I just finished the custom formula. Now I'm just going to pop this pipe right here, in here. Make sure it's all the way down. And then open up this system right here and it'll start sucking it in. Oh yeah. Alright guys, so that's basically it. It stopped sucking and it's at 0 at this point. As you can see, it just completely just... It's still open, but it's not sucking anymore. That means it already took all the fluid that it needed, and it's at the maximum. A little bit higher than that, but that's because this thing is tilted. So I'm gonna take this thing off, put this thing back on, and catch you guys. And that's it. So the system is filled up. And now, I think we can start it. Should we open up the garage?
You have to.
I think we'll just start it for a couple of seconds, if anything.
Alright.
Alright. There we go. So I'm starting this thing. Alright, got the key. Oh boy.
Get away from the front.
Yeah, probably go stand in the front there. Alright, ready?
Hold on.
Oh man. Alright, so I attempted to start this thing, but it wouldn't even crank at all. And I'm thinking just one bolt. I forgot to hook up a bolt here for the starter. Actually, that's generator. I don't know if that's really going to make a difference, but I'll tighten that up and then just try it again. Alright, so it's not even cranking. It says engine fault, so I don't know. Gotta research that. Alright, so I finally figured out what the issue was with the vehicle not starting. It's actually this PCM board right here, power control management or power control board. It's bad, it's cracked, and the car won't recognize it at all. I put in my OBD2 scanner and it wouldn't read it. So I switched out the board with another one that I got used off of eBay and it finally read it, but it reads it as an ST because I got a 2016 Focus ST board instead. Then I talked to the dealership and they said that they can reprogram it, so I'm gonna go ahead and bring it down to them. But before I bring it back to them, what I want to do is actually paint the front end. The reason why is because I just don't want it to look really weird. So I got this fender here all done and dialed in. But I want to work on the hood and the bumper as well. Before I get that thing done, I need to move this Porsche out of here because I don't want to wrap it or anything, and I don't want any kind of what is that word? Overspraying it. So what I'm going to do is roll it outside. But before I roll it outside, I need to put all the interior back in and all the wires and whatnot. So I bought some paint in a spray can, somewhere over there. And I'm going to try that out today, see how it works. Hopefully it works really well. So let's just work on this Porsche real quick, paint the inside, and roll it out. Alright, so I got the car completely unwrapped, and before I start painting, I want to seam seal a few things, a few little gaps and whatnot. I'm going to go ahead and start at the rear and then finish off at the front. So I'm going to put it on right now. Alright guys, I got the seam sealer on. Not in many places, but in just a few. As you can see here, I got some right there, some there, whatever, across my welds. Just so nothing rusts and whatnot. And then also over here, something over there, whatever, all there. And in the back here as well. Try to make it look kind of OEM, but it's kind of difficult, especially at these weird angles and whatnot. But I think that'll do just fine. So I'm gonna go ahead and give it a couple of minutes, or actually hours, and then I'm gonna paint it. But before I start painting it, I need to make sure that everything is covered up, like the dashboard and whatnot. So I think I'm gonna do that right now. Alright, so I'm guessing you guys really don't care how I put this paper on. It's kind of boring anyway, so I'm gonna finish it and then catch you guys later. Alright guys, so I got the car fully prepped, and this is a paint that I'm going to be using. The bottom part of it kind of ripped off because I put it in the water to heat it up. It was a little cold in the garage. But it's in a spray can instead. I just want to see how it's going to look like. It's a new style of paint. I just want to see how it is. So, without further ado, I'm just going to get back in there and just start painting. Alright guys, so I finished up the painting with that paint bottle, and boy oh boy does it look good. For a spray paint bottle, like, it looks excellent. And let me show you real quick. Check this out. Look at that. Oh yeah. I still haven't tried it with, you know, the panel that it's supposed to be with, like, you know, to be exact, but I mean, let me get a light real quick. Check it out. The thing is wonderful. I mean, and it lays down just well. So that's sweet. So anyways, the painting is now finished for the inside. So I'm gonna go ahead and take off all the paper now, and I can now assemble the interior of the car and drive it out, and then put the Focus back in. So let's do that now. Alright, as you guys can see in the back of me, I finally got this thing unwrapped, so it's ready to put the interior in. I'm just going to jump right into it. I'm not going to record all the little details and whatnot. I'm just going to put it on a time lapse and put the whole thing together, and I'll show you how it looks like at the end. Alright, I finally got the Porsche partially assembled. I assembled the interior and whatnot, just a few parts. I put the door on, and then just so that it doesn't look super suspect outside, I covered it in a brown paper bag, or paper, whatever that we have, a bunch of that. And then once it gets outside, I'm going to cover it up with plastic. That way if it does rain, it won't get wet inside, which is good. Alright, because I finally got the Porsche outside. It's all wrapped up and whatnot, but now I have to clean up the whole entire garage in order for me to get that Focus back into here, and then start painting, or not painting, but prepping the work to paint that sucker. So, yeah, I'm going to quickly clean it up. And boom, the garage is fully clean and organized. Now that it's all fully clean and organized, I can work on prepping the Ford Focus RS. So, question is, do I put it inside the garage and make all the dust go in here again, or do I work on it outside, you know, and keep the dust outside? Alrighty guys, finally finished the scuffing and the sanding and the paint preparation for the Focus. Now that that's all done, oh, I didn't really do any videos from the hood because my pops decided he wanted to have a go at it, and he finished the whole entire thing. And I'm not going to argue with my pops because he's the boss, and you know, he knows what he's doing and he'll do a good job. So, you know, no argument there. But anyways, that is all done. I'm going to go ahead and drive it inside. Everything is dustless. I made sure there's no dust inside of here. I'm gonna take it, start wrapping it all up and getting it ready for paint. Alright, so I forgot to film what happened next after I put the car inside. Basically what I did is I prepared all the panels, slapped them back on the car, and then sent them off to the paint shop, and it's back now. I'm not allowed to record in the paint shop, but it's here now, so you can see the final work, and you don't have to sit through the boring painting and whatnot. But as you can see, the car's finally painted. It's got a little bit of dust on it, but it's not a big deal. I'll probably just go ahead and sand it and buff it out, and also the bumpers right here. So all that is now done. What I'm going to do at this point is assemble the whole entire car, give a ring to the Ford dealership, and see if I can bring it in so they can reprogram that PCM. So let's start assembling. Alright guys, this car's looking perfect. It's looking really good. I got the gaps to be almost perfect. The front bumper though has that classic Ford gap problem. Yeah, I'll explain a little bit later. But anyways, I'm about to put the underliner fender piece, and the Ford Focus RS one costs like 80, but you can go to the junkyard and pick one up, like out of an SE or something, for like less than 20 bucks, which is what I did here. And then you can just cut some holes for it and make it fit on there. So that's what I'm gonna do. Boom! All right guys, got the car fully assembled. Everything is looking mint. And I went ahead and actually put these dollies back on the wheels, because I have to turn this car 180 degrees the other way around. I got a trailer there that I picked up. I'm gonna load that thing on the trailer and bring it to the dealer. So let's make this thing 360 real quick. Alright guys, so it's been like 3 months since that last clip of me loading it onto that trailer, but I finally got this Ford done, this scrap metal. It's all finished off and it works great, but I'll tell you guys kind of what happened. So basically the ECU that I said that I wanted the dealer to program, they programmed it, but they only programmed the key for it. And so it started, but it was in complete limp mode. I went to another dealership. They tested it, couldn't get the ECU to be fixed. I went to a third one, they couldn't do it either. And finally, I went to the dealer and bought myself a brand new ECU, made them program it, and now it works perfectly fine. But my throttle wasn't working, so here was the issue with that. Basically, if you look underneath here, the fuse box, as you guys recall, was damaged completely. So I went ahead and bought a new one, or a used one rather. And so this cabling over here, one of the wires was actually misplaced. That was my bad. But I went ahead, popped that wire back in, and this thing ran perfect. And I was super excited. Did a little couple of drifts. It was a little wet outside. And it was just a good time. So, now that it's fully finished, I want to go ahead and show you guys how it sounds. So, tap in the back and I'll give you guys a little bit of pops. Here we go. Alright, so it's in track mode now. I'm going to go ahead and rip it. Sounds absolutely magnificent. Alright, one more thing I forgot to add was that turbo wastegate, the smart wastegate, whatever that I added into the front, the aftermarket one. It wouldn't comply with my engine. It always give me overboost protection. So what I did is I grabbed myself a Cobb tuner and I went to Stratify Tune. I went with them. I heard a lot of good things with them. I loaded it on here, put it on, and I have zero issues whatsoever. And now the car is running phenomenal. It's actually really, really quick, and the all-wheel drive launch is awesome. Should we show them now?
Yeah.
All right, let's do that. Alright guys, so that's basically it. The Ford Focus is finished. I showed you guys everything that I did with it, all the steps and whatnot. If you guys did like that content, make sure to stay tuned, hit that subscribe button because we got a lot more stuff coming up. I got to finish up that Porsche, it's almost done. And I actually got another vehicle, so stay tuned for that. Also follow us on Instagram at side.hustle.garage for more behind the scenes. But that's basically it, so see you guys next time. One more thing I want to talk about, there's actually a mode here button, so click it 4 times, and up here you get drift mode. So I'll show you guys what that's all about.
Dude, not here, dude. Frick. Let's get out of here, dude. Dude, why'd you do it here?
I don't know!
I thought you weren't gonna do it here.
Dude.
What are you doing,
Frick,
dude? Get out of here. Turn left. Get out of here, dude. This is a neighborhood.
Wait, they drifted really well.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm getting in trouble, dude. Get out of here, dude.